Hey guys, Tebo2 here, back for another TEAB'S Doctor Who mod feature showcase. In this episode we'll be going over Gallifrey. Now Gallifrey is a little bit different to all of the other planets on the mod in that your TARDIS actually does not have access to it by default, and there is actually a process to unlocking Gallifrey. So if we dematerialize and try to go to Gallifrey, you will see what will happen. Alright, so if we go to our dimension selector and we find Gallifrey, and we try to rematerialize, something interesting is going to happen that does not happen with the other planets. Gallifrey locked. Please complete the time war ends, or is it just beginning? Now this is an advancement we actually need to complete in order to unlock Gallifrey. So yeah, we cannot materialize when our dimension's set to Gallifrey without this advancement. So how do we get this advancement? Well, we actually need to go to Skaro. Once we are on Skaro, there is actually a structure we need to find, which is this one, the Dalek Emperor's flagship, and we can find that by using our timey-wimey detector. And once again, it'll show you the anomalies on this planet. This one is at 1,000. And yeah, this is the Dalek Emperor's flagship. I'll show you it from the outside, just to give you a good look. And yeah, the Dalek Emperor, I think I've said this before, will get his own showcase in the future to kind of show you the actual boss fight itself. But you are going to need to defeat this guy in order to get the aforementioned advancement. And as you can see, now that the Dalek Emperor is dead, we actually did get that advancement. And we're also going to get an important item for Gallifrey, that being the Ancient Tech, which as you can see is kind of designed to resemble the Seal of Rassilon. So yeah, let's go take this to Gallifrey now. And as you can see, when we change our dimension select to Gallifrey, and we click Materialize, it'll actually work now. As you can see, we've materialized. So let's step out onto Gallifrey. And here we are on Gallifrey. And right off the bat, you will notice that you will get an advancement for landing on Gallifrey, that being Materialize on Gallifrey the long way around. Gallifrey, the first thing you'll probably notice is the fact that it does take a little bit longer to load than the other planets, simply because there is a pretty large structure here that needs to load. So yeah, as you can see, defining features would be things like this red grass, which is not a custom block. This is just the color of grass in this biome. Likewise, these are just vanilla leaves. So Gallifrey, in general, it's pretty much like an overworld savanna biome. It does have these houses as the main structures. Gallifrey in the show kind of had two castes, the Time Lords and then the Shobogans, who are kind of the lesser peoples of Gallifrey, who generally just live kind of out in the wilderness. And you can see, like, here's one of them. This is one of the Shobogans. We have a male variant and a female variant. And they spawn basically in these houses and just kind of around in the wilderness. So let's check out the house. Yeah, and here's our female variant. Just look like this. And there's only one variant of each right now. I may add more in the future, but yeah. The inside of these houses is honestly very simple. Yeah, the Shobogans have it rough, basically. And yeah, you can see their loot they have available is mostly just red sand, acacia planks, wheat seeds, and hose. So yeah, they're basically just kind of farmers and people just living off the land. And this is another one that is kind of in this slightly different shape. And yeah, it just has some slightly different wear and tear to it. And of course spawns two Shobogans inside. And yeah, nice chest right here with the exact same loot table. Here's our third structure right here on this island. And you can see this one is kind of this open barn with 3 Shobogans this time. And over here we have a chest. And again, exact same loot table. So yeah, these structures aren't the most impressive, but I think they're pretty cool to kind of give you a taste of Gallifreyan society and the way it's broken up. And our final structure is actually the barn from Day of the Doctor. And you can see if we go inside here, we have a little tiny mock-up of the moment. I might add a proper moment in the future, but this is what we have for now. We have kind of the tire in the corner, we have the big kind of bunk bed, and down here again a chest with that same loot table as before. So Gallifrey, unlike some of the other planets on the mod, actually has a day and night cycle, and you can see when it is dark you do get Daleks spawning. And yeah, this kind of replicates the Time War aspect of Gallifrey. We actually do have exclusive variants of Daleks on Gallifrey. So this is probably the most dangerous Dalek to spawn on Gallifrey, the Temporal Weapons Dalek. And that is because it actually has a DMAC gun mounted to the front of it. And so yeah, it is basically a one-shot kill and will kill anything that it shoots. So yeah, this guy is very hard to beat, and once you do defeat him, you will get his cannon. as you can see, we have our Dalek cannon now, and this is just your basic special weapons Dalek cannon, as you can see. But this is also used in making the DMAT gun, so it is very, very important in that respect. And as you could probably already see, we do have the Gallifrey Citadel, and that is our anomaly structure for this planet. We find it with our timey-wimey detector. It is at 3500, 3500. And yeah, here it is. So you can see it's rather dark down below, so you do need to watch out for Daleks down there. On the Gallifrey Citadel, you are going to find these Time Lord guards that will spawn, and these guys are neutral mobs, and they will attack Daleks as well. So if we head toward the inside of the Citadel, you can see we have this large room, and in the middle, a spawner for our guards. So yeah, and these guys are going to basically fight off the Daleks. And as you can see, those guys do drop their Time Lord Staser, which is a pretty decent weapon to use against Daleks. So yeah, let's follow this scaffolding and move up to the higher levels of the Citadel. And here we are. Here is the Citadel proper. And you can see we're basically among all of the buildings inside the glass dome. And yeah, let's explore some of them. Right here first, this is our extraction chamber from Hellbent. We do have this room, which is actually from the Deadly Assassin. I believe this is called the Panopticon. And right here we do actually have a Time Lord spawner. So yeah, there are going to be quite a lot of Time Lords in here, and these are our Time Lord mobs. As you can see, they're just basic Time Lords in robes, and these guys are actually passive mobs, and are going to run away if you hit them. And if you kill them, you do get their Time Lord collar, which is just a nice little cosmetic piece that you can wear on your head just like so. Here's another building. This is the room from the 3 Doctors, and this is honestly one of the coolest looking ones as well. Again, has a spawner in it and no real loot. Here's the War Room from the Day of the Doctor. You can see again, Time Lord and Time Lady spawners, and it has this kind of nice look to it. Heading all the way up to the top, yeah, this is kind of the main council chamber from Hellbent. And as you can see, we have Time Lord and Time Lady spawners. So one final room I would like to look at is this TARDIS workshop room. As you can see, it looks like this, and it does have, again, a Time Lord spawner right here. And if we go upstairs, you will see that there is actually an entire room for TARDIS parts, and it looks very cool. This is the way you can get things like time rotors and roundels, and yeah, pretty cool. So there is actually a chest in this room, as you can see, and it's kind of hidden behind this console. And check it out, we have diamonds, we have monitors, roundels, and most importantly, we have DMAT circuits. Now, DMAT circuits are actually used in making the DMAT gun. So again, along with killing the temporal weapons Dalek, you do need to come here in order to get this, in order to get your DMAT gun. So yeah, that's kind of the main purpose of going to Gallifrey, is to get the materials for the DMAT gun. But yeah, that's really all there is to it. This has been my showcase of Gallifrey and TEAB'S Doctor Who mod. I hope you all enjoyed. I've been Tebow2. Be sure to subscribe, to follow my Instagram, Tebow2at, to follow my Twitter, which is also Tebow2at, to join my Discord, and lastly, to have a nice day. Goodbye.